Hey everyone, it's Nick with Us versus Herd. We're here with the UVH Friday family chat, and what that means is we're bringing the UVH family together. Every Friday, we're just going to talk stocks, kind of what went on during the week, good things, bad things, all of the above, good trades, bad trades, and just kind of some of the things on topic. You know, most of the people, we've been trying to bring the community together, the people that subscribe to this channel, the people that watch it regularly. They've been joining the options trading group. If you're already a member, great. If not, hit the link below. You can see what's going on here. We post, people post their trades. I usually give an update, kind of what I'm doing on that day, and just seeing what's going on. But you can go to this. But the UVH Friday Family Chat is to talk the stock market with you guys, connect with you guys. If you guys have questions, definitely leave them below. I want this to be a dialogue. I'm actually also trying something new here where I've lowered the latency on the stream so that way I can have more interaction with you. Hey, what's going on? Guys, thanks for joining. But yeah, I lowered the latency to see if I can get more of a real-time response between me and you. So, you know, today, let's go over to the charts here. Today, was kind of an interesting day. It was kind of a slow grind day, I would say, in terms of the market. I mean, the S&P's closed up, you know, 0.01. Hey David, hey Jeff, what's going on, Elgo? You know, there was some rips and dips here, but you know, I definitely made some mistakes today. I put that strangle on Apple up in here, and I thought that I was going to, you know, I timed it perfectly, had it on lock, got a good price. And when it dropped down, I was up about 30–40%, and I thought we were going to revisit 226 here, and we just didn't. And this is the second week in a row that Apple has done this to me, where it basically on Fridays it just went sideways and didn't do what I wanted it to do. And you know, that's the stock market, and you live and you learn. Like for the last 3 weeks in a row, I think on Fridays just been grinding sideways. I had a strangle on Alibaba that kind of went sideways too. I only lost like $50 on that, but you know, that one's not too bad, except for, I mean, I lost about 50 bucks on it, so not terrible. But you know, today I was kind of disappointed because it did gap down. Actually, I had the 172.50 puts, went to 172.60 and just went skyrocketed and then went sideways. So I think the lesson is, like, the last 3 weeks in a row, Fridays have been like dead, like nothing's been going on. So I think for me, one of the learning things that I need to do is stay more disciplined. Like today, I didn't take my profits, and then, you know, I had a max loss and I gave back the gains that I made on Apple yesterday. So I think on Friday, I'm just going to take it easy. I'm going to just clean up my account, not put too many trades on, especially not be very aggressive, especially like on expiration day, because it seemed like that was not panning out. But in terms of the rest of the week, it was pretty good, pretty profitable. This was my first red day since last Friday, actually. So, you know, that's going to tell you something. Just stick to your rules, stay disciplined, and you know, that's what you got to do to stay profitable and not get too discouraged when things don't go your way. You know, definitely let me know how you guys did it on your trades this week. But what I wanted to talk about today, getting into things, are the weed stocks. And I typically didn't really pay attention to too many of them, mainly because, like, they were mostly penny stocks and there was a gamble, and I don't really like to trade, in my personal style, I don't really like to trade things that have to do with the government, that rely on laws to pass or FDA funding. And you know, a lot of people do, and that's fine. If you like trading the pharmaceuticals, that's fine. If you're willing to wait the long process of FDA approvals and do that whole thing, that's not really my angle. I prefer to trade tech stocks and other stocks that I'm interested in. But if people are interested in pharmaceuticals, I mean, that's fine too. But I didn't really pay attention mainly because they were penny stocks, like 40 cents, 20 cents. But now that, like, Canada and some other states are approving recreational use, these stocks have really been going crazy. And just wanted to kind of point out a couple of them today. Let's go to, I got on my list here. There's a couple we're going to be looking at. Canopy Growth, Tilray, and Kronos Group. So as you can see, like, people are saying like the weed stocks are like the Bitcoin of 2017. They're just going crazy. Like this one went from $1.50 to $12.89. I think CGC, went from $7 to $45. And the market cap for these guys, I mean, I was actually surprised. They're like $6 billion in market cap, which is, I mean, like crazy. And as you can see here in the last couple of weeks, these have been getting kind of crazy. So CGC, is getting crazy. That was that other one that we just were looking at. Cron. I mean, this went from 6 to 12 back to 9. And I don't typically like, trading such like single digit stocks. But it seems like there's volatility here. Like I was watching CGC. David says I was actually looking at placing a call on CGC. Yeah. So if you're looking at CGC, like these, let's move in on more particularly this move here. This went from 30 to 34 in a day. Went from 34 to 38 in a day. I mean, these were having 15% moves in a day. And I was looking, well, I don't really want to own stock. I don't trade stocks. I usually just buy stocks and stuff that I believe in. And this stuff I don't really. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I don't really like to own this kind of product. But I was looking for movement. As you can see, the movement has been pretty crazy. I mean, 15% a day for a $40 stock, $30 stock is pretty interesting to me. And I was actually looking at CGC, and I was like, okay, well, they have, looks like, they have weekly options, they have monthly options. And I'll just kind of look in here, like, we'll look at... let's say this week. This week was pretty active. I mean, open interest 1,600, 1,300. Some volume today was 400, 800 almost. Volume wasn't bad. And I looked down here the other day, like the puts are like 1,600, 1,300, or 1,100, and I was actually really surprised by how many strikes I have and how many contracts were actually traded on these. I wasn't really aware of this, and on the monthlies. You got 3,000 open, not too many traded today. Today was pretty like a low volume day just in general for, I think, the stock market and what happened and just moving sideways. But, this one still went up $1, went up, CGC went up $3 today. It looks like it's kind of either getting support here or it's going down. But I just want to know what you guys think. If you guys trading these or, what do you think? The one thing that I will say that I will notice is, let's say for these monthlies, I mean, this for a $45 stock to this to be worth this, let's say this put to be worth $330, and this call is $260. I mean, it's just kind of pretty expensive, But what's kind of implied here is, it's saying it's going to have a $7 move in 21 days. In 14 days, it's saying it's going to have $5 move, and as you can see by the chart, it's been well exceeding those moves pretty much every day. What was the percentage of these didn't really make a lot of money today. I mean, like up 10% or so. So like for selling premium, it might be a better deal, but it looks like also the markets are a little bit wide here. Like this is a 15-cent wide market. This is another 15-cent wide market here. This is 10 cents, not terrible. These in the money puts is 40-cent wide market, and then these puts here, 50 puts, 40-cent wide market. It was only four contracts traded on a day. So, when trading these, definitely be careful. But it looks like there is some opportunity here. From my standpoint, most likely looking to, be a premium seller in this instead of buying. Because I mean, these are just. It seems like it's a lot of money for these contracts for something. Let's look at. Let's look at Tilray. Tilray also has weeklies, and they didn't trade that much today. So, but these actually had a better return. I mean, this is up $6 today. Wow. Let's see here. TLRY. Up $6 today. I mean, so they weren't expecting. It was up 10% today, and look, these people made 100%. But you know, if you look here, if you know, this is a great gain, 100%, 200%. But typically, like if you had a 10% move in a day, it means they were kind of expecting a move like this. Typically, you would probably see 500% or more returns on especially expiration day. So I would say this would be a high risk trade, because if it didn't move that much, you're getting pretty screwed on that. Actually, these are in 7 days. These don't expire today, but either way, I think these were looking like a high risk trade. Like, you know, 10% move only netted you 200% here. I think that is not a great return for a 10% move on a $65 stock. So as you can see down here, implied volatility is super high, and this stock looks like it just started trading back in July. So it went from 20 to 60 in 2 months, 60 days. Apollo says he made small gains after selling stocks after the initial pump this morning. Yeah, it was a tough one this morning, but you know, it went from 45 to 55 in a day. I mean, I think that now I think where the money is here, and again, this is like my opinion. You know, take it as you want, but there's definitely money to be made here. But I think it's more from selling premium. And actually not that many contracts were traded here. I don't know how many were traded on the weeklies that they're not showing here right now, unless weeklies were just added to Tilray for next week, which could be the case, but it doesn't look like. Look, this one on the monthlies here, there's no liquidity. And I'm planning on closing my positions to downgrade to a cash account. Well, why are you trying to downgrade from a margin account? But yeah, this one I would be a little bit worried about. Tilray, I mean, not a lot of volume. Yeah, they have some open contracts here, and look at these $50 puts here. There's 3,000 contracts, 4,000 contracts for these puts, and these are all going to probably expire worthless now. I mean, but however, what's kind of interesting here, the probability in the money for a $60 stock. These moves, look at these moves in the upper right, plus or minus $16, plus or minus $12, plus or minus $9. I mean, you're talking some crazy moves here, except, like, I don't think I would be able to trade Tilray here, because look at this market here. It's a $3, almost $3 wide market on these 64.50s. You know, another $2.10 here on the 64. Like, you're going to be giving back some money here. Even on the calls, you're almost $1 wide spreads here. However, there is looking like some nice volume right here on these calls. But as you can tell, volume, look back here, these $50 calls, 1,400. You know, these are just way overpriced. But this having $16 moves a day or $10 moves in a day, I mean, this is nuts. And IV's at 100% or above. Like, I mean, it's as high as it's going to get right now. So the other one, what was that? Cron. Yeah, I mean, it's just crazy. But it looks like, you know, I think the money for, like, if you're buying premium, the money would be to day trade it and just get in, get out, even though the contracts are expensive. For long-term buying, I don't think it's going to be great, mainly because look at this IV down here is pretty high. And if you're holding on to contracts and let's say this starts going sideways, you're just like back down in here, you're just going to get crushed on these. Contracts. And this is a little cheaper, but look, this is a $9 stock, and these are going for $1.25. And if you look at, let's say, something like Snapchat, probably is around here like $10. I mean, the monthlies here are $22, so you can see. But if you look, Snap's been going sideways. So you can kind of tell the difference. You know, Snap's been hitting some new almost yearly lows here. Man, that's bad. But anyways, like you could tell, like, okay, this, you know, Snap's 22 cents for these near the money. This is 21 days out, and Chrono was $1.25 for, you know, near the money puts. So, I mean, you can see how overpriced this is and how IV really impacts this and the expected move here. The expected move is $3 on a $9 stock. That's 30% move in 21 days. So, I mean, it could happen. You could make some money here. It doesn't look like big gains came on this today. I mean, up 14%. And if the stock was up 8% today, but these calls were only up 15%, I mean, that's kind of weak. I plan to day trade options on Robinhood and want to take advantage of the no PTT rule. Yeah, the only thing is with a cash account, you have to wait for the cash to settle, so you're still going to be waiting 3 days until that cash comes out, unless you have enough cash to constantly rotate those positions. But there's a settlement period. So on a margin account, you don't have to wait the settlement period. However, if you have less than 25,000, you do have to, you have three day trades per 5 days. But if you have a cash account, you don't have the PTT rule, but you got to wait for the settlement period for your contracts or trades to settle out. So, how did you trade options on our Robinhood? From what I understand, funds settle quicker with options trading. Is true? No, I mean there's still the 3-day rule, so it still takes like 2 to 3 days for you to settle your funds when you close out the option contract. Place $11 call on Snap expiring. Just to touch back on the wheat stocks, those are my thoughts on the wheat stocks. Take it as it is. It's a risky play. IV's up super high, and then I'm gonna get to your guys' questions. Snap. So I actually own Snap. And let's get to Snap. I mean, Snapchat, if you're looking at this chart right now, I mean, this is disgusting. It's a terrible chart. They had good earnings and went up to 21 and had just bled all that till next quarter. And then, they reported slow user growth. So what I'm concerned about with Snapchat, my own personal opinion, is these companies, social media companies, they're reporting slow user growth, and the way that these companies make money is from users. And I'm a little bit worried because they're reporting slow user growth. I mean, this is at 10. I mean, is it going to go down to single digits here? I mean, it looks like 1050 was the bottom, but it looks like it's not really going to go. It needs a catalyst. So Snap needs a catalyst to go higher. And right now, unless you guys know of something, I don't see a catalyst for it to go higher. I mean, that's the only stock right now that I'm red on Robinhood. Let me actually... let me show you guys my position here. I don't really like trading, like I was talking about, I don't really like trading options on such cheap stocks, because for you to get a dollar move it's kind of difficult. Let me go to Snap here. I have a very small position on it. I mean, I own 20 shares, but I bought them at 16 because I thought, so I bought them, when did I buy these? I bought these in March. So I bought these in March, back in, what does it say, March, what, 16th? March 22nd. So March 22nd, I actually bought some calls here. So right in here, so from coming down from 21, it came down to right in here. I bought around 1630 or whatever. I thought it was going to go back to 20, get some gains, but as you can tell, that has not been the case, and I'm not sure. I have a small position because I didn't really want to put a whole lot on here. But I mean, this is like the worst return of my portfolio right now, 33%, when I'm up so much more money on all my other positions. So looks like I'm gonna be holding this or figuring out what to do. I still have 20 shares. You could average down at this point, but Snap needs a catalyst to get it going, and looks like right now 13 and 14 it's going to be hard. However, 13 and 14 from like $10 is 30-40%. So I don't, they need a catalyst. I mean, they're stuck right now. They're not doing well. They're back to yearly lows, and if you look from their IPO, let's go to IPO was last year, and it's hit a high of 29, and now it's 10. So for the long-term holders, not good. And the one thing is, as time went on, the shares were starting to get unlocked. So like when a company, like if you own shares in a company, your shares, you can't cash out before the IPO or after the IPO, mainly because they want to make sure people just don't unload the stock they were holding before the IPO. So there's a lockup period where they can't sell the shares, and then who knows? I haven't really been hearing too much about Snapchat either in like the news or anything. I mean, they definitely don't seem to be crushing it, and investors seem to be fleeing on this. But you got $11 call from 914. I mean, I think I would have definitely bought further out. Like if I'm going to be buying calls on Snap, I'll be buying October, or December. $13 was 60 cents here. So yeah, but you have 112 days, so it's double the money. But you have 112 days, and I think the risk is a lot lower than to go to for the stock to go up you had $11 calls. Sorry, the $11 calls here, $1.23. I mean, I think that, and then anything below like 32 days and it's not in the money, Theta's going to eat you. Like within 30 days, Theta's going to eat you. If you're holding this, so like let's say I had these December calls and it wasn't touching it, like if it was getting close to 30, you're definitely going to want to cut that loose and put on a new position, is what I think. So what else, guys? You guys trading anything else, or what else you guys got? For me, I wish I traded Netflix today. I mean, it went from 376 down to 367. This seemed like it would have been a nice win here. Let's see what Netflix actually traded at today for. Amazon goes up like $20 a day. Like, it's ridiculous. Yeah, it's hard to say. The market's closed right now, so I'm not sure what these puts are going for here. That doesn't seem right that these are all only 30%. Amazon. So Amazon, I'm bullish on. As with, I mean, it went from 931 to 2,000 in a year so far. I think it's going down a bit. Lulu, Amazon, $1 trillion market cap next week. Yeah, I mean, I don't see why it can't. I mean, it's got to be, I think, 2050 for it to get to the $1 trillion mark, and it's only like 30, 40 bucks away. So I definitely think there's a good chance there. I don't think, unless something crazy happens, but I think that we're going to be making a deal with Canada and a deal with Mexico next week, so the trade stuff is going to start to wind down. It looks like there's going to be some resolution. I don't know about China, but to the volatility, but as you can see, it really hasn't even mattered for Amazon that much. It's just a good growth stock. I haven't really been trading it in terms of buying options on it. I did a lot last year, but this year I have not traded that much options on Amazon, mainly because it's been going up every day, and I need a good pullback. Like down here, I made some money. I need some good pullback for it to happen. What do I think of Bud? Anheuser-Busch. Yeah, I don't actually trade this one, but the stock is looking pretty choppy and hitting lows as well. I mean, usually what I like to do, I'd probably look up what's going on with the stock, see why they're down so much this year. But if they're hitting yearly lows, I mean, I would take the side that would probably bounce to 100 before going lower. But that's me. I would probably take that position just looking at the chart here. Made a good amount this morning trading Amazon option. Yeah, Google was down a lot today. I think Google's attacking like Facebook, Twitter. Trump is attacking Facebook, Twitter, and Google, which I'm not sure why it matters, and why he has so much sway on those stocks. Like Google was down 2% almost. Facebook was down 1%, but Facebook hasn't gone either anywhere either. So I'm gonna wrap this up here. It was a great chat, guys. Definitely appreciate everyone that commented. Definitely appreciate everyone that watches this. You guys have a great week. Hopefully, we're gonna have a short week next week, Monday. no markets are open, so make sure you don't go online. Take a break, take it easy. Just stay away from Google while Trump is attacking it. Yeah, so definitely appreciate you. If it's your first time here, hit that subscribe button. We do family chats every Friday. You guys all have a great week.